Can you guys hear it now? Can I get an audio feedback now? What's going on, man?
No.
It's just checking it out.
I thought I was reading it.
It's all good.
In the world.
You got a freestyle?
No, I'm about to just tell them what's up. Can you guys hear now? Let me know if you guys can hear now.
It's the first time we used the 360 cam. I'm glad you guys came out so I could tell you guys about the Earth. This is exciting. So, everyone here thinks the Earth is a magic spinning ball in a vacuum. We've been to space, you crazy person. That's all a lie. The Earth's not a spinning ball in a vacuum. NASA didn't go to the moon in 1969. No one has ever gone back because you can't go there. You can't go to space. Space, as it's been defined, can't exist. Can't have a vacuum next to pressure. The Earth is not curving, hence why it's flat everywhere. If you want to look out here at this water here, see, water always finds its level. It's called fluid statics. That's why we put fluid in levels, so we can build things, because water always finds its level. That's why this is called sea level. Yeah. So how is 70% of the surface of the Earth level water on a ball? Take all the time you need. Doesn't work.
Can I hear it?
I know. Gravity. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to ask some questions, and then your answer is going to be gravity every time. You don't know anything about any of this, but you just have to say gravity, and it makes me dumb. So we will discuss gravity. Actually, let's just do it right now. So whenever someone drops something, they're like, "This is gravity, you stupid flat earther." Well, what happens when I drop a helium balloon? Which direction does it go? It goes up. So is the helium balloon gravity proof? No, it's less dense than the surrounding air. And when you drop something and it falls, it's more dense than the surrounding air. It's called density disequilibrium. It finds its equilibrium. So the helium balloon is not gravity proof. It goes up because it's lighter than the surrounding air. Helium is less dense than the surrounding air. That's why it goes up. When something falls down, it's more dense than the surrounding air. So where's gravity at? What is gravity? Does anyone know? It's mass attracting mass. That's maybe what 20% of people here would know to say. Actually, that's not what it is anymore. That's outdated for over 100 years. It's now called the theory of relativity, general relativity, okay? And it says that gravity is the effect of the bending and warping of space and time. It's called the theory of relativity because it's just a theory. It's never been proven. The only evidence that gravity exists is that, well, the Earth's a ball, and if the Earth's a ball, gravity has to exist because it has to explain something called omnidirectionality, which is how you would stay on the globe in all directions. It also has to show how trillions of tons of ocean water bend convexly around the outside of a sphere that spins in a vacuum. It's literally the only viable option for a globe Earth to be postulated or proposed, is that gravity exists. That is the only evidence for it. It doesn't exist. Gravity isn't real. Sorry about it. In fact, everything's intrinsically electric, specifically electrostatic. And electrostatics is known to be 10 to the 39th power stronger than gravity even claims to be. That's 39 zeros. You can't get rid of it. Everything that exists is electrostatic, and it's way stronger than gravity. So when I scoop my feet and I touch you and it shocks you, that's electrostatics. When I take a balloon and rub it on my hair and stick it to the wall, that's electrostatics. All molecular and intermolecular attractive forces are electrostatic in nature, which means everything's electrostatic. So not to get too technical, but there is no such thing as gravity. It can never be isolated. If you have something that's 10 to the 39th power stronger, then how are you going to find something that's way weaker within it without isolating and controlling that? It's impossible. It's never been proven, hence why it's called the theory of relativity. They don't even claim to have scientific, irrefutable evidence of gravity. It's still a theory. It's not a scientific law. Anyway, actually, general relativity applied to the universe is off by 95%. It's called dark matter, dark energy. They can't even mathematically propose this universe. I'm so crazy for not believing in. So this is where it gets real. We proved that the Earth is flat. You can prove it. So this is not like, I didn't just travel the United States on the microphone because I'm like, I wonder if the Earth's flat. We proved it. You can prove it, which is why the government came out and they said that they censor flat Earth. They admitted that they forcibly censor flat Earth, which is why you've never heard of it, or if you have, you've heard misrepresentations of flat Earth, like the Flat Earth Society, where everything they say is stupid and not one real flat earther thinks any of that. You've seen a picture of a disk in a solar system where people can fall off. No flat earther thinks you can fall off the Earth. That's dumb. Can you fall off of a shore or off of a lake? Of course you cannot. So you can measure the surface of the Earth, and you can see whether or not it's actually the ball they said it is. They said that the Earth is a sphere, in fact an oblate spheroid to be specific, and that it has a radius of 3,959 miles. That means it has to curve at roughly 8 inches per mile squared. Pythagorean theorem, right? You have to see the curvature of the Earth at 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. This is just objective geometry. This is the globe Earth's math. It has nothing to do with the crazy flat earther. This is what you believe I'm crazy for not believing in. Okay? The Earth has to curve at that rate if it's in fact a ball at that size. It is not. We have an observation. You can see the skyline of Chicago over 60 miles across Lake Michigan. Completely impossible on a globe Earth. It should have been completely blocked by curvature. We saw mountains 273 miles away. Based on the globe Earth math, it should have been blocked by 3 miles of vertical Earth curvature. Did I see through 3 miles of Earth curvature, X-ray vision, like I'm Superman? No, I saw the mountains over a large body of flat water right where they are, exactly as they are, because the Earth is flat. We have observations 103 miles away, 253 miles away, 212 miles away. These are all impossible on a globe Earth. The truth is, no one here has ever tested the Earth. No one here has ever even thought of this, and no one here knows anything about it. All you have to do is call me names. Call me names. If you call me names, that makes the Earth a ball. You don't know anything about it. You definitely couldn't come up here and debate me about it. I debate aerospace engineers and astrophysicists and astrophysics professors. But if you just call me stupid, that makes the Earth a ball.
Okay, so you seem more up to date with it. So is it more? So do people still believe in that the ice wall?
Yeah.
So that's still a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not making fun of you.
No, you're fine.
I'm just curious. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good.
'cause I've looked into it before, and I'm just curious what.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Changed in terms of like
Yeah.
the last 4 years and stuff.
Right. So I'm gonna speak over this so I don't get a copyright. Yeah, better than veterans, don't want to let them in. Ain't got a choice but to let them in. What is a president? We not elected. That means they selected it. Ugh. Okay. Now that we got the copyright out the way. Yeah. So it's illegal to go to Antarctica. It's called the Antarctic Treaty. It's the yes.
UN signed it on.
Yeah, exactly. In 1959. So that's still intact, longest lasting peace treaty ever. So it's illegal to even go there. We do speculate that it is an ice ring because Captain Cook tried to circumnavigate it, went around and saw an ice shelf the entire way. And something has to contain water, right? It's not just bending around the ball in a vacuum. That's dumb. Yeah, so yeah, as of now, it does appear that there's an ice ring around the Earth. You can actually go there and empirically verify, right? So flat earthers try to make sure we only say what we know for a fact. But yeah, it's effectively an ice ring. On the globe, it's a little ice cap on the bottom of the ball. And what would prove the Earth's a ball is you just go around the Earth, north to south, come over Antarctica, and then you prove it.
Okay.
But it's never been done in the history of mankind. It's illegal to even try it. No one will ever do it. Yes, sir. If you got any more questions, hit me up, man. The Earth is not a spinning ball in a vacuum. That defies physics.
Right. So the model that I've always been shown is the disc, and that it's levitating fast enough that keeps everything
Right.
level. Is that correct?
No.
It's not correct.
Never was correct.
Never was.
Good question, though. Misinformation, yeah. So this guy's asking a good question. So the model I've always seen is a disc that's shooting up, effectively levitating. That's what the Flat Earth Society says,
Right.
which is the CIA misinformation controlled opposition group. Doesn't have one real flat earther in it. If flat Earth's so stupid, why they gotta lie about what we say and say stupid stuff?
No,
But I know you're asking. Yeah, I'm just saying. If you get my point here, like if flat Earth was really stupid, you just let us say what we really think. You wouldn't have to misrepresent it. But no one thinks the Earth is a disc in a solar system shooting up through space, 9.8 meters per second squared because of gravity. That's just nonsense. We know gravity is just a theory that has to explain the ball doesn't exist. The Earth is the bottom of everything. So everything they claim is the solar system, which is just lights in the sky, they move over top of the Earth. So the Earth's effectively the basement, the bottom floor. All the lights in the sky move over top of us. We're not up there as a light. That's just pseudoscience. And so all the stars reset in perfect concentric circles around Polaris, the North Pole star, directly over the North Pole. And they do this for all recorded history like a clock, perfect circles over and over and over and over. Yep. Good question, though.
All right.
Yeah, bro.
You seem a lot more level-headed than a lot of other flat earthers.
Sure.
Talking, so I'm just.
Most of the flat earthers I know have genius IQs, but maybe you were talking to the wrong ones.
All right. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, much love, brother. In the world. Sorry to the stream about the omnidirectional mic, bro. It's tripping because you didn't get to hear him, I'm sure. So they lied about space. They didn't go to the moon. I'm about to break down the operations about how they lied, and you can look all this up. It's declassified. Dismissal prior to investigation is the height of ignorance, so I encourage you just to swallow your pride and maybe look into some things you don't know. Or you could just pretend that I'm dumb and make fun of me, and that'll make the Earth a ball, I bet. The government lies, but not NASA. They're the one exception. As you guys have curfews and lockdowns. As a side note, if you guys didn't know, that's a prison terminology. So that's weird. Prison terms. That's how you know you're free. We have curfews and lockdowns, like prisons. But anyway, government always lies. So let's cover how this happened, because no one knows anything about it. So in 1945, the U.S. military did something called Operation Mockingbird. My bad, Operation Paperclip. In Operation Paperclip, we brought Nazi scientists over here to work for the U.S. government. This is declassified. It was called Operation Paperclip because they put paper clips in different folders of Nazi officers so that they would know exactly who to pick out to bring over here during World War II. 1945, Operation Paperclip. One of the Nazis we brought over here, his name was Werner von Braun. He was an SS officer of the Nazi regime. Guess what Werner von Braun did? Well, we brought him over here, we put him in charge of NASA's space exploration program, and he's the one that supposedly took us to the moon. Do you guys believe in the moon landing? Do you think that Nazis would ever lie? So I'm crazy, and I'm a conspiracy theorist, because I don't blindly believe stories from Nazis. This is awkward. The Nazis always lie, bro, hence them mass murdering millions of people, allegedly. So, anyway, we brought a Nazi scientist over here. His name was Werner von Braun, and he took us to the moon. And I gotta spit over the mic because they're trying to give me a copyright. Okay, so, anyway. In 1945, we brought the Nazis over here. Werner von Braun's the one that took us to space. Something else Werner von Braun did was put Psalms 19:1 on his tombstone, which says that the firmament over top of the earth shows the handiwork of the Creator. Oh my goodness, bro. Someone's triggered. If the earth's not a spinning ball, and that's offending y'all, don't get involved. Better than veteran, don't want to let them in. Food is your medicine, y'all sleep sedative, don't. Oh my goodness, bro. I can't have that on here, I'm gonna get a copyright. You're triggered, the earth's not a ball. You're also on live stream 360. Oh my gosh. What a loser. What a total loser. This is what we call a gamma mel. Look, the two gammas support the other gamma. What a shocker. We'll just shut this guy down while trying to give him a copyright strike. Better than veteran, don't want to let him in. Food and medicine, y'all sleep sedatives. Yeah, Earth's not a spinning ball. If that's offending y'all, don't get involved. This guy's a gamma. Gamma. If you overlook it, never understand it. Took the truth out and lies they planned it. What a loser. Even a taste of music is lame. Jeez Louise. No, the earth's not a ball. Bruh, what a loser. Yo, Seattle's got some real cool people. Y'all are awesome. You defend the government. You defend the government. Be a good slave. It's past your curfew. What a loser, dude. I don't know. I mean, there's not much I can do. It's not like I'm going to fight this guy. That'd be his worst nightmare. Oh, you triggered the earth's not a ball. It's past your curfew, dude. It's past your curfew. It's past your curfew, dude. Or what? Or what? It's past your curfew, bro. You go inside. It's past your curfew. Y'all are slaves, dude. Good job. Slaves. Slaves. Yay. A bunch of slaves. It's ridiculous. You're not going to do anything, dude. You're not going to do anything. Stop. Look at you, dude. You're out of breath talking. Stop acting like you're tough. What a loser. Y'all are a bunch of gammas. Hey, it's past your curfew, dude. You go back in the house. Oh, this is the virtue signaling gamma. Hey, he said a white guy calling a black guy a slave. Hey, you know who else they used to make wear masks? Guess who else used to have to wear masks? Slaves. Guess who else used to have to wear masks? Slaves. I thought we abolished the atrocity of slavery and stood up for freedom. No, now we make children slaves. Equality of slavery. Yay. Yay. This guy's such a loser. Do you guys see him? They're not going to take it down right now. It'll be post-edit. It's not like I can run away from him. He's just going to follow me. Oh, that's sweet, bro. I love you too, man. Are you just going to stay here the whole time? Dude, do you have a girlfriend? Have you ever had a girlfriend? Definitely no girlfriend. Guaranteed. Hey, dude, I'll give you $100 if you can get 3 questions right. $100.
I'm good, bro.
Yeah, because you would not be able to get them right.
I don't care.
How many times does the Earth spin every day? 1 time. You're right. You get 2 more, you get $100. You might as well try. How far away is the sun?
93 million.
93 million miles away. He might win the $100. Do you want to play?
I don't care.
You can't even swallow your pride enough to win $100. You're gonna have to verbally agree, because you're a gamma.
I don't care.
You don't care. I know. Look at you, dude. I'll give you $100, man. Even though you're being a total loser.
No, I'm good.
You're good. What a loser. Sure. You're gonna even troll them. Oh my gosh. You can still play.
Just keep getting the rides, man.
So yeah, you might have heard the first one. How many times does the Earth spin every day? One time. That's right. All right. How big is the Earth in miles? Like, what's the circumference of the Earth? He would have lost there too. Don't feel bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's all good. 24,901. I would have taken like 25,000 or something. Thanks for playing though. Look at that. What is this guy playing, like a Mario theme song or something?
Yeah, it's definitely Mario.
This guy's a loser. But like the problem is, dude, if I move a little bit, he can follow me. And he's the gamma male that would do it. Anyway. What's up, man? You don't have to wear those masks. Gotta check the air. It's still what keeps you alive. What do you guys think I should do in the chat? Hey, did you guys know that the Earth's not a spinning ball and this guy's really mad about it? Yeah, look how mad you are. Hey, do you think the government ever lies? Do you think that we should stand up for freedom against the government? So you don't care if the government's taking over? You don't care if my friends died for the freedom of speech? You want to shut it down?
It's funny.
It's funny that my friends died? That you would never, ever, ever be the first one to fold, homie. You're soft.
If you say so.
No, I know so.
Nope.
I know so. Only a gamma male that's super soft would even think about doing this. Look at this guy, bro. That's how lame his life is. This is like his only entertainment. Have you ever had a girlfriend, bro? Yo, you haven't. No, you haven't. You're lying, dude. You're lying. If you did, you never saw her. She was unoccupied a lot, trust me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, it's past your curfew, dude. I need you to go inside. The government said it's past your curfew, dude. What should I do? What do you guys think? I know the guy's a clown, but I'm saying, what do you guys think? Because look, he's got his little really cool setup here, so he's just gonna follow me because he's a loser. He probably has a crush on me. The sodomite. He's definitely giving the vibe that he's got a crush on me. Okay, thanks, man. Would you like to just chill, man, so I can peaceably assemble, as is my first freedom on the Constitution, buddy?
Trying to get rides, bro.
Yeah, I know, he's super nervous. You can't even type your phone in. Dude, you know this is a 360 camera? You've been on live stream the whole time. People are zooming in. You're gonna be on TikTok, dude. This is gonna be hilarious. Hey, did you know the second law of thermodynamics debunks where they said spaces? You can't have a pressurized system adjacent to a near perfect vacuum of 10 to the negative 17 torr because pressure would immediately seek its equilibrium. Oh. Of course you didn't know that. But it might not work.
I'm gonna try to convince somebody to get a ride. Like I'm saying, I know people like this. Hey man,
Hey, if I move, are you gonna follow me?
Yeah.
Really? You're a gambler. You would never win anything like that. the gamma. I know for a fact you have a
Can we do more? Cause
so you're overcompensating. I get it. What a goober. He said, I've already won. Imagine being such a commie that you're happy you shut down the First Amendment because you're uninformed. You don't know what the second law of thermodynamics is or Operation High Jump or anything. You just don't care. A bunch of people are becoming slaves, but you're a cool guy, dude. Make sure you shut down information. Beat up by who? Beat up by who? Yeah, no one. Definitely not you. Definitely not you. I don't care. I just don't want you to get beat up. Yeah, you're gonna be on TikTok. You look like a goober. Oh, look, the gammas have your back. That must mean you're right. Anyway. So in 1945, we did Operation Paperclip. We brought Nazis over here. The Nazis are supposedly the ones that took us to the moon. Imagine being this lame, bro. In 1946, the year after that, we did Operation High Jump, and that's where we went and explored Antarctica with Admiral Byrd. He then came on national television and said, "It's astonishing to me there's an area as big as the continental U.S. on the other side of Antarctica that remains unexplored and no one knows about." Then right after that, he died mysteriously. Heart complications, as did his son. He was found dead. And then right after that, in 1958, they signed the Antarctic Treaty. I mean, they founded NASA in 58, and then in 59, they signed the Antarctic Treaty. Said it's illegal for you to go there. Nothing sketchy about that. The government signing a treaty saying it's illegal for you to go where they explored. Nothing sketchy about that. The longest lasting peace treaty in modern history. Every major world country signed it. You know how Russia and China and America are real enemies? That's why we're in a peace treaty with them. Duh. I say we just move back down. That's whatever we can say. Anyway, so that was 1959. They signed the Antarctic Treaty, which is still intact, which would prove the Earth's a ball, by the way. You would circumnavigate it over Antarctica and prove the Earth's a ball north to south. Can't do it. Never been done. Never will be done. And again, that's not even up for review until 2040. So after that, in 1961, we did something called, well, actually, 1961, JFK came out and told the whole world, America's going to go to the moon. We're going to go to the moon in 1961. By the way, children, don't be this guy. Just don't be that guy. Jeez Louise. So in 1961, JFK says we're going to go to the moon, be the first country to go to the moon, and we're going to do this in 8 years. Then in 1962, the year after that, they did Operation Fishbowl, which is part of Operation Dominique, which translates to of the Lord. So it's literally Operation Fishbowl of the Lord, all declassified. The military shot missiles in the air, and they kept exploding. They couldn't get past the firmament. They mapped out the fishbowl, the container over top of the earth that they know is there, right? Right after JFK said we're going to go to the moon. Then JFK did a speech, and he exposed the elite. Guess what happened to JFK? He got assassinated 6 months later, probably coincidence. And then in 1968, a world-famous movie came out called Space Odyssey. It was about a moon landing. It won Film of the Year. And then in 1969, we miraculously went to the moon. We just can't go back yet. I'll actually play Don Pettit telling you why we can't go back to the moon. But what's funny is one of the guys that was supposed to go to the moon on behalf of NASA in 1968, the year before the moon landing, he came out and said, we'll never go to the moon. He said, we can't even communicate in our own building. We can't even get to low Earth orbit. He then hung a lemon on the module that was supposed to go. Guess what happened to that guy? He randomly exploded on NASA's facilities at a routine checking of wires because they sealed the door where you couldn't open it from the inside, and they pumped way too much oxygen in there. He effectively incinerated. No big deal. Probably a coincidence. So, you know, that's how we know the Earth's a ball. We went to the moon in 1969 and saw it, you crazy flat earther. Okay, well, why can't they go back? That's the question. They can't go back 50 years later. Let's hear Don Pettit telling you why they can't go back to the moon.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Okay, so Don Pettit, an astronaut, says we can't go back to the moon because we destroyed the technology that got us there, and it's a painful process to build it back. You guys think that seems legit? I'm the conspiracy theorist that can't rebuild technology from the 60s as I have an iPhone 12 Pro with better processing than a warehouse of computers in the 60s. Technology gets better, it does not regress. It also gets cheaper to produce in mass. Oh, how funny, we give NASA $60 million a day and they can't rebuild a rocket that they had in the 60s. That must make me crazy. You know why they can't go back to the moon? Because they never went to the moon. It was a movie. I can't go to the moon. Actually, they just came out and announced that they're pushing the moon missions back again. They just came out. So we have a bunch of people that are really anti-flat earthers. They think the Earth is a ball. And they're like, no, you just wait till we go to the moon in 2024. We'll shut you stupid flat earthers down. Guess what? Nope, they pushed it back. Make it 2028. That's after they pushed it back like 10 times already. They are not going to the moon. You can't go to the moon, dude. There is no going to the moon. By the way, and if you weren't here, I told you that Nazis are supposedly the one that took us to the moon. That's how you know you can trust them. Nazis. Seems you guys are actually pretty fond of that type of behavior nowadays as you have curfews and lockdowns. A lot of people will say, you think the Earth's flat? You can see the curvature from a plane. Really? Well, here's a world-famous astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson saying that you definitely can't see the curvature of the Earth from a plane.
By the way, you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you. Do you know how high up above the Earth he was?
No.
So if you take a
63 miles.
Well, yeah, so right. So take a schoolroom globe, and that's how high above it is he? So he's about 2 millimeters above the surface of a schoolroom globe. So nobody has seen the curvature of the Earth from that height. I just want to make that clear.
So no one's seen the curvature of the Earth from that height, which was 63 miles, and yet people will come up to me and say you can see the curvature of the Earth from a plane 35,000 feet. What a joke. You can't see the curvature from a plane. That's why it's called a plane. It flies over a plane. You know, that's why there are hundreds of declassified military documents that say to create the military planes that they use, it assumes a flat, non-rotating surface. So why do the military have documents saying the Earth is flat? How come they say the military jets don't work unless they assume the Earth is flat? How come whenever they got to find the bad guys and use Cartesian coordinate system, they assume the Earth is flat? How come when they shoot ballistic missiles, they assume the Earth is flat? How come there's a declassified military document called electromagnetic propagation over a flat Earth where they made ground weapon systems with towers assuming the Earth was flat? And that's the only way that it works. I guess the military's spending billions of dollars on technology that wouldn't work. And every time someone's life's at stake or they have to find the bad guys, they have to assume the Earth is flat or it wouldn't work. That must make me a conspiracy theorist because you never heard about it and it wasn't on CNN. The Earth is provably flat. Hence all this water being flat out here, ladies and gentlemen. You guys think, oh well, the Earth is curved, it just looks flat. And the Earth is spinning 1,000 miles per hour, it just feels like it's still. No. It feels like it's still because it's still. No one's ever felt the Earth spinning unless you're chugging tequila. That's it. And I'm going to need you to chill out on the shots, homie. And if you lay down and get the spins, what do you got to do to stop spinning? Yep. Throw your feet on the ground. Because the Earth's not spinning. That's what makes you stop spinning. It's very simple. How would a plane land going the opposite direction of the Earth spinning 1,000 miles per hour east and then land on a runway that's going 1,000 miles per hour? How's that work? Does the plane go forward and backwards at the same time? That's interesting. You know what would happen? The plane would disintegrate. It's impossible. The globe Earth defies so many physics, it's laughable. And then we go out here and travel the United States, put my business on pause, had to turn down a 6-figure job offer because they told me that if I didn't stop talking about Earth, I couldn't have the money. And then I go around the U.S. to try to wake people up, genuinely trying to help them out because they drew a circle around us and put us in a slave prison, effectively. It's called the 60 South Latitude, the Antarctic Treaty. Then we have people like this guy that come over here and try and shut me down. We have a whole bunch of cops that are supposed to protect and serve that come and try and shut me down for my First Amendment, as I'm literally just trying to help you guys out. We have people attack us. We have people constantly boo us or call us stupid as they walk by. And we're literally out here, out of the goodness of our heart, trying to wake you up and let you realize, look, it's not Russia versus China. You wake up and you watch fear porn and propaganda from the news every day. Oh my gosh, China, Russia, the Taliban. Dude, all the major world countries work together, bro. It's called the Antarctic Treaty. And if you knew this, you wouldn't be as easily controlled. It's not Russia versus China versus the US. It's government versus people. It's not right versus left. It's not black versus white. It's the human race. Right? I don't change race throughout the summer. I hate to break it to you. Oh, we have different color skin. Get over it. Oh man, right versus left. Do you want Joe Biden or Donald Trump? Neither one. They're both psychopaths. Every U.S. president was related and tracks back to English royalty. Yeah, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are such enemies that she was on the second row of his wedding. They're all in a club. You're not in it. They're laughing at you because you literally argue about which one of them you're going to pick. They already picked who there's going to be. It's a joke. It's a joke. And the reason we're trying to wake... What's up? We're trying to wake people up because we're literally watching them turn the world into a prison. And I don't know if you guys have been here for the last 18 months, but now we have curfews and lockdowns, and you got to check the news every day to see what you're allowed to wear to go outside. Yeah, you know who else has wardrobes? Prisons. You know who else has curfews? Prisons. You know else who goes into lockdown? Prisons. They didn't even hide it. They use the prison terms. Yeah, you chill in the pod, then you have curfew. You got to get back in your cell for lockdown. I guess the air gets really dangerous after 10 o'clock. That must be why we have curfews. It gets really dangerous after 10. That's when it comes out to play. I can't even get specific. I'll get deleted off of YouTube. I can't even read a medical journal. I'll get kicked off YouTube. I can't even say the V word. I'll get kicked off of YouTube. Nothing sketchy about that, though. That's how you know we're free. And you guys are blindly complying. They said do it for 2 weeks. It's been 18 months, bro. Seems you got your calendar a little mixed up. Just 2 more weeks. We checked the air. Why is everyone wearing masks? Did something happen? Did something happen? You guys are scaring me. What's going on? Are we going in for surgery or something? Just you keep complying. I bet that it'll go away. The government will give your power back as long as you keep giving all your power to them. That's how it works. I don't care. I just got to get on the gram. I'm just trying to go to the Ferris wheel and post a pic for the gram. Small waist, pretty face, and a big bang. I'm just trying to get on the snap. I don't got time to hear this crazy white boy that's talking about the earth. Yo, how many followers I got on the gram? I'm in the middle of a Netflix series. They keep you distracted, and that's why they're able to pull this off. And by the way, they're coming out with a digital tracking system. Dun dun dun. Spoiler alert. Just wait for it. And we've been trying to warn you the whole time, but guess what they do? They kick us off PayPal, off Venmo, off Facebook, off Instagram, off Twitter, off YouTube, off Dlive, you name it, where we're not even allowed to freely tell you the truth. That way you don't know what's going on, and you still go watch the CIA every day to get your talking points. You watch the mainstream news every morning, ma'am, and it's literally run by the CIA. I'm just trying to help you out. Yep, that's right. Operation Mockingbird from 1972, declassified over 600-page document, says that the CIA infiltrated the mainstream news to control the public narrative for national security purposes. And in fact, the CIA representative was asked about this in Congress, and they said, so are you saying that the news anchors are CIA agents? And the CIA representative said, we're going to have to continue this conversation behind closed doors. You're watching CIA agents every morning. Who do you like, Fox News or MSNBC? They're just the CIA, bro. I don't want to pick. It's weird. So you guys should wake up before it's too late. Earth is... Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers knows what's up. Space is the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Dun dun dun. Even they tried to tell you. Space is the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. That's right. They seem a little woke. I bet they're breathing air. You guys are some rebels out here breathing. What are you thinking? You better ask the government before you breathe. I'm telling you what. Just wear it for 2 more weeks and we'll get back to normal. So anyway, I can't get too much on that subject. I'll literally get deleted. That's how you know they're not hiding anything. They lied about the Earth, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a tiny speck of dust in an ever-expanding universe of nothingness. No, you didn't come from apes. No, lightning didn't strike primordial soup, and then rocks turned into fish that grew some feet. We're like, man, this water's whack. I want out of here. And then turned into some rodents, that turned into some apes, that turned into some humans that were like, man, I want to get smarter and lose this hair. That's dumb. Where are the intermediate species? Where's the scientific empirical evidence of that ever taking place? Can you show me a change of species that's observable? No, it's just pseudoscience. It's actually dependent upon the idea that the Earth is billions and billions of years old. Oh, you can prove that? No, you actually can't prove that either. Carbon dating doesn't even go past 50,000 years and has been proven inaccurate within that timeline. And they can't even isolate the elements they use to supposedly time anything over that. It's all pseudoscience. And I debate the people specialize in these fields and they can't answer these questions. This is the funny part. You just assume that if you believe them, I must be wrong. You don't have to know that they actually can't debate it either. You're like, this guy's got to be wrong. I know doctors. I know someone that's a scientist. That's why sometimes I throw my lab coat on when I come out here, because whatever I say has got to be true. I'm wearing a lab coat. I should have brought some goggles and a beaker. Then you would know the Earth's flat. They lie, bro. It's not a big deal. But it has huge implications, so actually it kind of is a big deal. See, the Earth doesn't move. That's why you don't feel like you're moving, right? Well, this means something pretty big. It means the Earth's the center of everything that exists. Because if the Earth doesn't move, but the sky resets in perfect circles over top of us around Polaris, the North Pole star, directly over the North Pole, that means the Earth's the center of everything that we see. It's called geocentric. If the Earth is geocentric, how did it get there? If the Earth's the center of everything that exists, how did it get there? It had to be placed there. Yeah, this is a pretty big conversation, isn't it? Well, this guy must believe in religion. I'm an ape. No, you're not an ape. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how many times you say it. It still doesn't become true. So yeah, it's a huge deal. It also shows that every major world country is lying to you. We give NASA $60 million a day, and they're brainwashing your children, which, to be frank, obviously by the look of things, you guys don't really care about your children too much, as you tell them to be scared of the air and go into the house for curfews and lockdowns, and they haven't seen mommy and daddy's face in 18 months. And you're going to just give them a slave state. Yeah, let's just give our children a slave state where they have curfews and they don't even know what freedom is. You got to be free, so you're selfish and you don't really care, and you just want to comply. It's the easy way out. I'm doing this for the children, and your children are like 5, 6 in school, and they're being brainwashed, told that they're completely insignificant. Everything came from nothing. They came from an ape. There's nothing special about them. They're on a tiny speck of sand in this ever-expanding universe of nothingness, emptiness, dark, cold, nothing, and they could get hit by an asteroid at any point in time. That's what killed the dinosaurs. So they live in a state of fear. They turn to their authorities because they can't understand the world around them. Yeah, I know you're 5 and you've never felt the earth spinning, but you're going to have to blindly believe it's actually spinning 1,000 miles per hour. And I know whenever you see the horizon, it's always horizontal, which is what the word horizon means. But actually, you're going to have to blindly believe it's curving and just too big you can't tell. You can't trust anything. When you see the sun move in the sky, I know you're 5 and you're just like, wow, that sun's moving in the sky. Actually, the sun's sitting still in the sky. And as we watch this sunset, the truth is that the sun is sitting still and we're falling backwards 1,000 miles per hour, and it just makes it look like that. No, we're sitting still and the sun's moving away from you. Duh. So I'm the conspiracy theorist because I don't believe I'm about to start falling backwards 1,000 miles per hour, making the sun look like it sets. That's insanity, dude. You guys never watched the sunset? Well, today's your day. Don't worry. Here it comes like clockwork, pun intended. Oh, the sun and the moon look like they're the same size, but actually the truth is the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon. Just coincidentally, by cosmic chance, it's also exactly 400 times further away, so they look like they're the same size. Okay, cool story, bro. Well, the sun and the moon are the same size. That's why they look like they're the same size. Dun, dun, dun. The sun and the moon move in the sky because the sun and the moon move in the sky. You don't feel like you're moving because the Earth's not moving. The Earth looks flat because the Earth's flat. The water looks like it's finding its level because that's what water does. It finds its level. The horizon looks horizontal because that's what it is. It's horizontal. I can see mountains from 100 miles away because that's what it is. I'm seeing mountains from 100 miles away. I'm seeing a mirage that's not distorted and perfectly where it is, and I X-ray visioned through the Earth. Psychopathic. So now you guys just wander around. You don't know how to trust your senses. You can't trust your senses. You better turn to authority. See, to me, when I breathe, I feel like that's what keeps me alive, right? I feel like this is how I'm surviving right now. I'm breathing. I can't survive without breathing. If I keep holding my breath, I'm about to pass out. I need oxygen to breathe. But you can't trust that sense. The air is actually going to kill you. The government said so. You can't think for yourself. That's how you have a slave state. If you can't tell the difference between truth and fiction, you have to blindly believe the government or the authority for everything that you ever believe in. That's perfect for a slave state. Because you got to wake up every morning, turn on your news, and be like, hey, what do I need to believe today? Am I allowed to go out? What do I have to wear to go buy, sell, and trade? Do I want groceries? Well, let me check CNN and tell them what I have to wear to get groceries today. Red Hot Chili Peppers knew what's up. Everybody's bumping Red Hot Chili Peppers. You guys should listen to their lyrics. Place I love. So yeah, space is the final frontier. It was made in a Hollywood basement. If you guys think the moon landing was real, you're wrong. Moon landing was fake. It's dumb. Black and white. It is honestly stupid. See, the only way they've even pulled it off to people my age or younger is no one's ever even watched it. They just assume that we really went. They just were told the story in school and believe it. Most people that are really young have never watched the moon landing. Because when they watch it, they're like, dude, I saw a better cartoon than this on my iPad this morning. This is stupid. It's stupid. But back in the day, it was black and white is the best we had. The boomers ate it up. You know what I'm saying? Which are typically why they get so triggered. They're emotionally tied to the moon landing. That's patriotism, how we defeated the commies. What have you done, millennial? Oh, I don't know. Just try to stand up for our freedoms that you handed across to the government as you made us inherit trillions of dollars in debt. Some boomers are cool, but I'm just saying. Y'all get triggered about the moon, yo. That's how we defeated communism. The moon landing was fake. They didn't go to the moon. You can't go to the moon, which is why they just pushed it back again. They'll never go. The official story of why we haven't been back to the moon is that they destroyed the technology, and it's a painful process to rebuild it. I must be the conspiracy theorist. Interesting. Yeah, also Buzz Aldrin actually have that. Buzz Aldrin saying that they didn't actually film the moon landing. You watched an animation. So let's play. You know Buzz Aldrin, the one I'm so crazy for not believing in, that he went to the moon? He says we didn't go to the moon. This is awkward. Let's hear him.
This is fascinating. I remember very clearly, I think anybody who was alive at the time does. I remember my parents waking me up and we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon.
No,
which
you
was
didn't. No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. So you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memories.
I know.
Well, no, but what we saw was we all were gathered around the old curved top radio
me
and listened.
Talking about, you know, how many feet we were going to the left and right, and then I said, contact light, engine stop.
Thank you, bro.
And a few other things, and then Neil said, Houston,
like a neighbor.
Tranquility Base, the Eagle has landed. Man, how about that?
That was very exciting.
Not a bad line.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So like, there's like a magic show going on over there, and there's like so many people watching that, just like staring, just like, oh, like, let's see what's going on. And then over here, it's
Just walking right by.
Yeah. It's like I don't give a shit, but you know,
Sorry,
no,
guys.
it's great.
Yeah.
Well done. No, man, good job, man. Really,
Nice love,
really
brother.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, bro.
I gotta get back to my car because I don't know if I'm in a sketchy spot.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair
nice
enough.
meeting you, man.
Yeah, you too, brother.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying what's up. In a world where no one knows what the world is. The Earth can't be flat because you would fall off of it. If the Earth was flat, you would fall off of it. Well, no, sir, you wouldn't fall off of it. You can't fall off lakes or shores. The Earth is contained. You don't fall off of it. Okay, well, if the Earth is flat, what about the other planets? Well, they're just lights in the sky. That's what planet means, is wanderer. It's a wandering star. They all move east to west, and we're not a light in the sky. The Earth is underneath all of those, hence why they all move above us. If the Earth was flat, I'd see Mount Everest from across the whole world. That's incorrect, actually. You can't see forever. You have an angular resolution limit to your eyes. You also can't see through the atmosphere forever. Oh, nice. Sweet. Baby. We're on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it. Yeah, look, I get it sounds crazy. I thought it's crazy too, bro. When I came across someone said that the Earth was flat, I was like, how in the world have we come to this state of affairs in the 21st century? I'm like, bro, I've seen a picture. I'm like, I'll shut this down. I'll just Google a picture. Uh-oh.
Take it easy, brother.
Much love, brother. Uh-oh, those aren't real pictures. And NASA admits they're not real pictures. So then I was like, something's not adding up. Maybe these flat earthers are on something. Let's check it out. But I already knew the moon missions were fake. I didn't believe in the moon landing because I'm not brain dead. So whenever I realized that was the only supposed real picture we had, I'm like, oh, so we supposedly took a real picture in the moon missions, which were fake. And now they admit they don't have real ones in the 21st century and that they're just cartoons, CGI, composite images with artist renditions done to them. So I'm like, well, we don't have photographic evidence, which, by the way, even if they claimed it was a real picture, which they know they can't get away with because we can dissect it, right? It wouldn't prove anything. I've seen pictures of Superman. Is Superman real? I've seen an equation that says Superman can fly. Can Superman fly? No, he's not real, bro. Math doesn't prove things. This is just a lie built upon a bunch of math, but a bunch of psychopathic, heliocentric worshippers. They worship the sun god Helios. I know that's a bit intense for people, but hey, man, I'm not the one that made the lie up. You ever heard of Freemasonry? Well, you can't be a 33rd degree Mason unless you know the Earth is flat. That's right. You make it to the 32nd degree, you have to be voted on and brought into the 33rd degree. That's why in the logo it has a G that stands for geometria, measurement of Earth. And that's why it has a square and a compass in the logo, because that's how you measure a flat Earth. Dun, dun, dun. You also have to know you're a Luciferian. Lucifer, you ever heard of Lucifer? They believe that they're collectively Lucifer, enlightenment embodied by the sun, which is why they worship the sun, the perfect representation of enlightenment. Right? 33rd degree Freemasonry, Luciferianism. Or if you've ever heard of Lucifer, maybe you've heard of the number 666 before. Well, let's see how many times 666 just coincidentally pops up in the globe Earth. So supposedly the circumference of Earth in nautical miles is 21,600. That's 6 times 6 times 600. Supposedly the North and South Arctic circles are at 66.6 degrees North and South latitude. Supposedly we're on a 66.6 degree tilt with a curvature rate of 0.666 feet per mile squared, going around the sun 66,600 miles per hour, utilizing gravity, which number is 6.66, and it was discovered by Isaac Newton in 1666. These are all coincidences. Just a bunch of sixes everywhere. There's a bunch of 666s. There's something called the selenian eclipse. That's where the sun and the moon are both above the earth during a lunar eclipse. Now, if you guys don't know or didn't pay attention in 2nd grade, the globe Earth says the reason that you have an eclipse is because the earth blocks the light from the sun and casts a shadow onto the moon. Lunar eclipse. Well, the sun and the moon are both above the earth during the selenian lunar eclipse. It's also called the impossible eclipse. It's geometrically impossible. That's actually what NASA calls it, hilariously enough. Okay, well, this debunks the globe. Guess what year they say the selenian eclipse was first recorded? 1666. Interesting. So anybody want to tell me how the sun and the moon are both above the earth during the eclipse if the earth is blocking the light from the sun and casting a shadow onto the moon? Don't have to answer. We'll just make fun of him. That makes the earth a ball. That's all I ever get. And it's usually when people get about 70 yards away before they get real tough. No one ever comes up here and tries to debate me. Interesting. A whole bunch of people with genius IQs decided to go out and test the earth, and that makes them dumb. That's why I offer $100 to anyone that can answer 3 questions right about the earth. $100. Because if I'm so crazy for not believing the earth's a ball, you should at least know what you believe in, right? Because if you don't know what you believe in yet, but you can say I'm stupid for not believing in it, that's pretty stupid. That's like telling me you know the Bible's real, I just haven't read it before. You should probably read the story before you know that it's true, and I'm stupid for not believing in it. Interesting. $100 cash. No one knows anything about the earth. No one knows how fast it spins or the story of how it got here or nothing. They know nothing. I like your hoodie, bro. Good, how are you?
Cody.
Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Oh, I see you. FE, okay.
Come out and support.
Awesome, bro. Y'all from here?
Yeah.
Sweet, bro.
Grew up in Little East.
Okay,
Live out
nice.
on Camino Island. Little North. Way better than sitting here.
Yeah, this place is kind of tripping.
Yeah.
I like your necklace, bro. Yeah, bro. Thanks for coming out, man.
Oh, yeah.
In a world where no one knows what the world is. Did you know that they lied about the earth? It's not a ball, it's actually flat, bro. Yeah, it is. Well, then where's the curve? Have you ever seen the curve of the earth? Where? Interesting. Earth is flat.
To New York.
Gotcha.
The Empire State Building. You can see.
The curvature of the earth. Yeah, you can't see curvature of the earth anywhere on the earth. It doesn't exist. Have you guys ever seen the curvature of the earth? If the earth's a ball, how is there not any curvature anywhere? This is really weird. Do you guys think we went to the moon in 1969? I just played a clip of Buzz Aldrin saying, you didn't see a video of the moon landing. That was an animation. There was no one there to tape it when we got there. So Buzz says you didn't see the real moon landing. This is weird. Buzz Aldrin said that. That's right. I literally just played the clip. It was on a late night television show. Yeah. And we can't go back to the moon because we destroyed the technology. It's a painful process to build it back. Supposedly, the U.S. government brought moon rocks back. Holland tested the moon rocks and proved they were actually petrified wood. They weren't moon rocks. I guess when you really go to the moon, what you have to do is lie about the moon rocks you got. Interesting. They also conveniently lost all the telemetry data that would prove that they went there. Miles and miles of rills. They lost them, recorded over them. Interesting. So there's no proof of it because they accidentally lost it and over-recorded it because their budget was so low they couldn't afford new reels. These are all official narratives, yo. Can't even make it up. We destroyed the technology. That's why we can't go to the moon. We destroyed the technology, guys. That's why we give NASA $60 million every single day. That's $60 million every day. And they can't go back to the moon, but they did it like 6 times in the 60s. That must make me a conspiracy theorist. Earth is flat, and we check the air. It's still good. You just read a 2015 meme to me. You thought it was funny. If the Earth was flat, cats would have pushed everything off the edge. Wow, intellectual giant. Jeez Louise, I'm scared. I should shut it down. Dude, you want to shut it down? Well, it's like you can't fall off the edge of the Earth. No flat earther thinks you fall off the edge of the Earth. No one thinks that. Can you fall off of a lake? How about you go fall off of a pond and come back and holler at me? You can't fall off of a lake or a pond. It has a shoreline. So, dun dun dun. The water on the earth is contained. There's also a container, and if it were to theoretically come down, we don't know where that is. And in fact, we don't even claim how infinitely the land and water could extend beyond that. That's irrelevant. They lied about the earth. It is not what they said. You can prove it. You can literally prove it. Which is why in Congress they admit they censor flat earth. Because it's dangerous misinformation. The only thing that's dangerous about it is it shows that they lied. Which means every major world country's working together. And if you guys haven't put that together over the last 18 months, I'm going to need you to stop chugging fluoride. The whole world shut down on the same day. They all gave us the same rules and regulations. Isn't it funny that you guys think China's communist and they're the bad guys, but they agree with exactly how America's handled the last 18 months and all the rules we came up with? Isn't that interesting? Russia, China, the United States, North Korea, we all had the same rules. We all got curfews. We all got lockdowns. Wow, I guess America's communist now. That must be why my friends died. So those of you that would never stand up for your fellow man can throw all the right away and then make sure the children just inherit a slave state. Yay. Yay for America's freedom. We have lockdowns. All hell Biden. You know Biden, the guy that's like, never mind. You know that guy? The only person I've heard stutter more than him is freaking Elon Musk, and they revere him as a genius too. And I'm not hating on someone that can't speak except whenever they're propped up as geniuses or something. Like, dude, why would I listen to you? You can't even coherently speak to me, bro. What a psychopath. Always eating ice cream cones. That's why we have presidents now. They eat ice cream cones and put us in lockdown. So do you guys think that just on Monday, the air got dangerous again? Oh, there's a new Seattle mandate because the air got dangerous on Monday. And it gets super, super dangerous after 10 p.m. That's why we need curfews. My goodness. Have you guys even logically considered anything that's going on for 18 months? Just 2 weeks and we'll get back to normal. Just 2 weeks. 15 days. That was 18 months ago. In a world where no one knows what the world is, they run around terrified of the air, abusing children. Tune in next year to see if the slaves have awakened from their slumber to realize oxygen is what keeps them alive. Not medical advice. YouTube. Yeah, the earth is flat. The earth is flat. The earth is flat. Yeah, we touch the surface. That is the earth. It's never curving. That is for certain. That is for certain. This guy's so obsessed with me. He said, where's all your fans? Always. Yeah, I'm just trying to help you guys out, bro. They lied. You know what I'm saying? Have you guys ever heard of the New World Order? Don't worry. You don't got to look far. Pull a $1 bill out. It says New World Order in Latin on the back of your dollar with the all-seeing eye on top of a pyramid. It says favor our undertakings, New World Order. Interesting how the whole world shut down last year at the same time. I'm gonna drop the real red pill on you guys. Actually, I wouldn't recommend taking pills from people in trench coats, but the point is that this is gonna be an uncomfortable truth. Okay, so they're conditioning you for the mark of the beast. Now I know you guys are immediately gonna clock out, but hey, man, I don't care. Okay, they're conditioning you for the mark of the beast, bro. There's a prophecy from thousands of years ago. It said that in the end they'll build a one world government, and that they'll make you take a mark to buy, sell, or trade. It'll be on your wrist and forehead. What a coincidence that over the last 2 years, the whole world shut down the same day in agreement. There's the one world order part. And they told you to wear a mask, one letter away from mark, so you could buy, sell, or trade. You have to identify yourself with a mask to go in to buy, sell, and trade. And what else did they do? As you walked into the stores, they started scanning your wrist and scanning your forehead. So you guys have all been conditioned to walk into stores like a robot, beep, beep, on your head. These are all coincidences, and if you don't believe that they're coincidences, you're a conspiracy theorist, which is a term created by the CIA to discredit anyone that questions the official narrative. You can literally read the documents. The CIA made up that term. No big deal. So yeah, they're getting you ready for the mark. You can laugh all you want to. It's going to be real funny when you have a digital tracking system and all the children are slaves and you're not allowed to leave your house. You guys aren't obeying the mask order. The air got dangerous today. You guys didn't pay attention? I can't wait till you guys have curfews again. That's when you know you're free. Anyway, you guys should probably stand up. You know who else they used to make wear masks? Guess who else used to have to wear masks back in the day? Literal slaves. So we overcame slavery and the atrocity of that, right? And we were supposedly going to stand up for freedom. Slavery is an atrocity. We will never allow another man to be enslaved against his free will. Oh, that's funny. Now we have equality of slavery. Everyone gets masks and curfews and lockdowns. Yay, America's so free. It's a prison. They didn't even hide any of this. Literally, they used to make their slaves wear masks. Literally. They literally gave you prison terms, curfews, and lockdowns. And you guys are still doing it. I've seen people walk around with like a newborn infant putting a mask on him. Not medical advice. It's ridiculous. That child has no idea what's going on, and you've scared them from their birth. They haven't seen mommy and daddy's face in 18 months because you're keeping them safe. You're not allowed to go out and play with the other children. That's how you die. You guys don't see how dark this is? And you just don't care. Who cares? The NFL's about to start back, bro. I'm just trying to watch the Cowboys lose for the 57th season in a row. The Cowboys are still gonna be trash, bro. Just accept it. The Seahawks aren't that bad, actually. So anyway, I'm about to take a break and drink some water, but here's the conclusion. They lied about the Earth. The Earth's not a spinning ball in a vacuum. Okay, the Earth is the center of everything. It's geocentric. It's stationary, and it's flat. We have mountains and valleys. It's a topographical plane. You can prove all of this. You can physically measure the Earth. You can't do anything practically without assuming the Earth's not moving and without assuming the Earth is flat. Literally nothing. Hence why there are dozens and dozens of declassified military documents for all their technology. They have to assume the Earth is flat for any of it to work. They train pilots assuming a flat, non-rotating surface. The FAA trains them on a simulation assuming a flat, non-rotating surface. Yeah, of course. That negates the quote-unquote gravity vector. You can't fly a plane assuming the Earth's a spinning ball dropping down beneath you. You would literally die. You can do nothing. You can't shoot a gun assuming the Earth is a ball. Well, that's 2 miles away. I shouldn't be able to see it. So I'm going to aim up higher than the target, and maybe I'll hit it. But you do actually have a little drop on the bullet. That's all you have to account for. Just like the military has a railgun that shoots hundreds of miles, or at least 800 miles, and it just accounts for the drop in the bullet, not the drop on the Earth. How's that work? How'd I see the skyline of Chicago from 60 miles away across Lake Michigan if it should have been completely blocked by globe curvature? Like, let's get real elementary here. If there's a pregnant lady and she moves her hand down her stomach to the other side of her stomach, can she still see her hand? No. Because the curve of her stomach blocked her hand. That's what the Earth has to do if it's a ball. It doesn't do that. We saw mountains 273 miles away. Should have been blocked by 3 miles of Earth curvature. How's that work on a globe? How'd I see mountains from 255 miles away, 212 miles away, 103 miles away? How do we have an observation off the coast of Cali 1 foot off the surface of the Earth where the horizon's over 10 miles away, and based on the globe Earth math, when you're 1 foot off the surface of the globe, the horizon can be no further than 1.2 miles away. It's based on the radius value of 3,959 miles, the curvature of the Earth, based on geometry, 1.225 times the square root of observer's height in feet, blah, blah, blah. What's the square root of 1? 1. What's 1 times 1? 1. So if I'm 1 foot off the surface of the Earth, the curvature of the Earth has to be at 1.2 miles. We were 1 foot off the surface of the Earth. In fact, even less than that. We just put the camera on the ground. We zoomed in, and the horizon's over 10 miles away. Literally impossible on a globe. Entire globe model debunked right there. It falsifies the radius value. The radius is the distance from the center to the edge of a circle or a sphere. If the radius is wrong, the entire mile is wrong. Day and night cycle uses it. Gravity uses it. Distances on the Earth use it. Gravitational orbit uses it. You can't go to space without escape velocity. You have to know the radius of the Earth. Everything in the model requires the radius value be true, and we debunked it. It's been falsified. So there you go. The globe Earth is falsified. Hence why it's forcibly censored. I'll finish with this. In 2015, the 2 top Google terms were Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, and right behind it was flat Earth. It exploded on the internet. So then they had to come out and censor it. They admitted they forcibly censored flat Earth. That's why we've been kicked off everything. Payment processing companies, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. You name it. Do you guys support the government forcibly censoring people, right? That's stupid. At least they're breathing, I believe you. So yeah, they came out and they forcibly censored this. It's because you can prove it. We proved it. And so anyway, here are the implications. All the major world countries work together. All the space industries are lying to you. And I mean, there's only a few of them that even claim they can get out there to see the quote-unquote Earth or go to space. There is no going to space. The Earth is the center of everything. It was created. That means you were created. I gotta drink some water. I'm super dehydrated. At least I'm not oxygen deprived, though. I would encourage all of you guys to breathe freely. We tested the air. It's still what keeps you alive. I'm gonna get back on it again just because this guy's triggered. I'm not leaving. Oh, what's up, guys?
Oh, sorry. What if you think about like this? What up, brother? Hey, how's it going? I think he asked a question for you. Yeah, I was trying to tell her. Yeah, that's my QR code. Yeah, just take a picture with the camera. All back. But yeah, you should definitely look into it. Like, there's a lot of evidence. It's provable, like for sure. Also, I'll show you this. There's an app. Yeah, they didn't go to Mars. There's videos of them being caught. That's what they said. The app, you can download the Flat Earth. If you download that app, they'll tell you everything. We've actually caught them with like rodents, like a rat, in the picture of Mars. They lied about it. Yeah, like they went to like Nevada or a desert, like Arizona. Oh yeah, you can see it on Google Maps. They've been in Canada as well. Like in the desert. I'm so salty that this speaker's not working. Yeah, what happened? I saw at the beginning of this. Yeah, the freaking mic's not picking it up. What's up, Chad? You're awesome. For even looking at the signs. Yeah, there are signs under the table. Awesome. Yeah. You're very intelligent. I can tell just from being able to do that. All you have to do now is just. Let's see. Let me see if I can get the other thing out. What's your name? Cody. Johnson. Good to meet you. Oh yeah. What about yourself? Yeah, from around here, North Bend, where I grew up. Okay. Okay. Just came out, hang out. Yeah. I knew he was going to be out there. Same here. We saw him yesterday. Let's go, man. So there's more I can go. All right, sound's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Okay. All right, I'll try this one last thing. That's a bear, I'm not a bear. Oh, you do? Have you heard any of his songs? Oh, yeah. That's super funny, though. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to. Because I've tried every chord, you see what I'm saying? Like, they can hear me right now, but they can't.
My buddy actually.
It's when you put stuff in. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying all the chords to see which one would work. I mean, dude, I literally bought this camera for that, right? Like, I have this mic. I have this mic. We have a ton of legend flat earthers out here. It's awesome. Just keep it unplugged. Yeah, I know, but you can't hear them talking to me. I just want to fix it. We'll have to test it out later, I guess. So frustrating. Yeah, it's not good on that, but it'll pixelate it once it goes. I know the quality's not very good, guys. It's because it's 360. Right?
Where are you going? Especially now.
Check out the merch, though, bro. Check out the merch.
Really? How long is it?
The quality's good for you. That's what's up. I charged the battery. Everything's completely charged. I have 3 different auxiliary cords. I bought the adapter just for the fact that it'll take the external mic. Yo, I mean, I did everything. I don't know.
Well, that's by mine.
I don't know what's going on, bro.
Yeah, not just like how like it's
Appreciate what you're doing, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, bro.
That's kind of the mentality we had.
Camera microphone's actually pretty good. That's what's up.
Yeah, so I've still been talking to him about it for like a year. So he still claims to not believe it, but I think it's like
You might need to reboot the camera to accept the external mic. Alright, well, I can't really do that. You know, that would end the stream, bro. I have no complaints about the sound. Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna jump back on here in a sec, bro. I just wanted to drink some water. It's so awesome. We got like a bunch of legend flat earthers. You're the sextant, baby. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Whiskey Shaman. Yeah, 360 is pretty cool, yo. I like it. That's cool.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, when you start
You know what's hard about Witsit is type in the search engine on Witsit, it's hard to find.
Hey, bro, you should be happy, bro. You're the only one that's getting to breathe oxygen.
Make sure when you link to Witsit,
like you tell them,
All right, I'm gonna give you guys. We'll change it up for a second. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard the Declaration of Independence, but what the Declaration of Independence says is that we have rights that we get from the Creator. Now I know a lot of you get real triggered just hearing that word, but the point is that it says we get the rights from the Creator. We're born with them, okay? So we don't get our rights from the government. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, right? That's an articulation of our rights we get from the Creator. It's not a list of rules the government lets us do. It's the rights we intrinsically have, inherently have. That's what the Declaration of Independence says. Whether you agree or disagree with it, if that goes away, so does every freedom that you enjoy right now as you blindly walk around like mind-numb zombies. Yeah, so no more small waist, pretty face, and a big bang. It's going to be scan your face if you want to leave your crib. Uh-oh. You're failing on your social credit score. You're not allowed to have TikTok for a month. I know you like Snapchat, but you are not obeying the government enough. We're going to delete the app. And y'all are gonna feel real dumb when all the things you're so obsessed with and you think what makes your life have purpose gets taken away from you and held over top of your head because you didn't obey the government. And I know it sounds sinister and so wild, there's no way it could be true. Well, it is true. Okay, they've written about it for decades. This entire last 18 months was predicted. And I can't even get specific. Again, I'll get deleted off of YouTube. So we have our rights from the Creator. You intrinsically have the rights. You don't get them from the government. The government doesn't get to tell you when you're allowed to hang out. We have the right to peaceably assemble to address our grievances regarding the government. We have freedom of religious expression, freedom of speech. That means you can say what you want to, when you want to. Right? You have the right to get together when you want to. Not when the government says you can. I'm pretty sure the Founding Fathers, even though they were all psychopathic Masons, I'm pretty sure they never thought they'd have to write, you don't need permission to breathe. I can guarantee you they never thought that they should have put that in the First Amendment. I feel like that was unspoken. Yeah, you don't really have too much free speech if it can't be heard. You sound like Charlie Brown adults when you guys talk to me. I don't know what you're saying, man. Take them off. We checked the air. It's still good. It's still good. And by the way, that's how they know everyone's still complying. They don't even have to ask you. They don't have to try to all they have to do is look at the streets and they're like, yeah, 90% of the slaves are still complying. We're good. That's why they did it. Because you have a physical identifier that tells you and tells them that you're still obedient to the government. You're still compliant. You'll do whatever they say. They can tell from a distance. They can see a mass of people all wearing it. They can see that the streets get completely empty after 10 o'clock when they tell you that you have a curfew. The Earth is provably flat. I'll give you $100 if you can get 3 questions right about the globe Earth. The Earth is not flat. And how come I saw mountains 273 miles away in the globe Earth says it should be blocked by 3 miles? Interesting. How come whenever I shoot radio waves 10,000 miles it doesn't get hit by the curvature of the Earth? Well, I just went Darth Vader on you guys. Oh man, I might need to get a mask. Just kidding. I like oxygen. It's like kind of one of those things that keeps me alive. I bet you guys are jealous. Oh man. Hey, did you guys know the government's taking over and giving us lockdowns and curfews like prisons have? You said the government's amazing? Yeah, but now it's getting real. Now it's getting real. Oh man, we need to get the government on speed dial so we can ask them when we can hang out. Hey, can we get a round of applause for the government? Let us hang out tonight. Yay. In a world where people think the air is going to kill them, but ironically, it's what keeps them alive. Tune in next year to see if people are still scared of oxygen. In a world where no one knows what the world is, who will prevail? Gamma males run wild. People frantically scared of oxygen. Taking whatever people will give them. I can't get too specific. I'll get kicked off. I'll get kicked off YouTube. That's how you know we're free. You can't talk about what's going on. That's how you know they're helping you. I don't know. You know, it is a good thing. There's a positive here. Apparently, all of the communist governments and all of our geopolitical adversaries and enemies like China and Russia, we all put our differences aside and came together this year. Now we all have lockdowns and curfews. Yay! Woo! Woo for lockdowns. Why are you so triggered, man? Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to wake people up before you're in a new world order. You have a digital tracking system. You're not allowed to leave your house until the government tells you that you can. It won't be so funny then. You won't be so annoyed then. That crazy white boy that was tripping on the pier was actually right. Damn it. What's up, dude? What's up, brother? This guy's tripping. He doesn't think the Earth's a ball. I swear the Earth's a ball. My teacher told me so. Have you ever heard of science? What about gravity? Gravity's not real. Helium balloons don't defy gravity. But dude, I guess that butterflies are super strong, bro. You know how bumblebees fly? They buzz. They have electrostatic resonance. They buzz. Nothing to do with gravity. They're not aerodynamic. Based on the body of a bee, it shouldn't be able to fly according to gravity. Bees fly pretty damn good, if you ask me. They can actually fly right through 60-mile-per-hour crosswinds unaffected. It's because there is no gravity. This water's not bending. That's why it looks flat. I know, so profound. Look, I have a bottle of water. Do you guys see the bottle of water? Do you guys see the bottle of water? Well, the water's flat, and when I tip it, it stays flat, keeps flat. Oh, it's always level. That's crazy how that happens. Oh, water always finds its level. So how is 70% of the surface of the Earth ocean water that's level and flat on a ball? How's that work? How do I see mountains from 273 miles away, and the Clipper said they should be blocked by 3 miles? Did I see through the curve of the Earth? X-ray vision? I must be Superman. Doesn't matter. Do you guys think that the government lies? Yeah, but not NASA. That's the one exception. They tell the truth. I'm so rebellious. I believe the government, whatever they tell me. Almost broke that. Yeah, we didn't go to the moon in 1969. It was a studio film. That's fake. You can't have gas pressure sitting next to a near-perfect vacuum. That's called the second law of thermodynamics. What's up with that? I know most of you guys just think, oh, this has been proven, this guy's stupid, there are scientists. I debate them. You bring out your PhDs, line them up, I'll debate them 10v1 right now, live. They can't debate me. And it's not because of me, it's just because they're arguing fiction. It's pseudoscience. How do you know the sun's 93 million miles away? Why has the distance changed 6 times in the last year? Oh, can't answer it. How do you have gas pressure sitting next to a near-perfect vacuum of 10 to the negative 17 torr? The second law of thermodynamics dictates that it will fill the available space. Can't answer it. That's right, the astrophysicist can't answer it. That's why I know you can't answer it. So if I have a soda and I open it up and it goes, psh, why does it do that? It's because the pressure in the soda is very high and tightly sealed. That's why you have pressure. It's carbonated. That's why the soda's fresh. And when you open it up, it goes psh, and it equalizes to the lower pressure around it. That's called the second law of thermodynamics. You can pay me my tuition later. That debunks the globe. Did you know that space is fake? Outer space is fake. I mean, there's something up above us, you know. Don't get it twisted. Outer space is fake. You can't go to the moon. No, you're not an ape. No, don't let your teachers lie to you and tell you that you're spinning around on a ball that's a rock in the middle of nothing where an asteroid's going to hit you. The Creator loves you. You're very special. The Earth is created for you. Don't let them lie to you. Think for yourself. The reason you don't feel like you're moving is because the Earth's not moving. It's still and stationary, and you're very special, and the Earth was created for you.
Joe Biden.
So look at Joe Biden. No way Joe Biden can multitask on a bike. Still can't multitask breathing and speaking. In a world where no one knows what the world is. Did you guys know that NASA lies and takes $60 million a day to give us cartoons like they go to space? But it's all fake. Thank me later. Well, what can you do? I was hoping the clouds really messed up the sunset, yeah? I was gonna really enjoy my free fall backwards. Hey, do you guys know the Earth's actually flat? It's not a spinning ball in a vacuum. The Earth doesn't move. There's a firmament over top of the Earth. There's a container. The sky resets for all recorded history in perfect circles over top of you for thousands of years. The Egyptians built pyramids and megalithic structures that still line up with the same stars. The sky just moves over top of you like a clock. They lied. The Earth is flat. We have mountains and valleys, but it's a topographical plane. It does not spin. It's the center of everything. It's not a ball in a vacuum. Thank me later. Yeah, we got a whole group of zombies coming.
Oh shit.
Thank you for breathing. Thank you guys for sort of... What's up with that, man? People don't even agree at the crib about whether or not to breathe. Hey, guys, we checked the air. It's still what keeps you alive. Thank me later. Why is everyone wearing masks? Did something happen? You guys are making this weird. You're scaring me. You can take it off. Not medical advice.
Maybe they're doctors. Maybe they're surgeons.
Yeah. True that. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. Hey, bro, did you know that the air is what keeps you alive? Did you know you don't need the government's permission to stay alive?
Down in there.
The logic's not adding up here. My man. Yeah! Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Toss that thing, bro. You're now free, bro. You just went Neo in the Matrix, brother. It's to symbolize slavery and the death of your freedom of speech. Hey, did you guys know that breathing's how you stay alive? Did you know the government doesn't give you permission to stay alive? Toss it, bro. Breathe, my man. Do it. Do it. Breathe. 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 Alright, man. Maybe next time. Dang. I kind of empathize with someone. They're like, how embarrassing to take it off in a way. Hey, did the air just get really dangerous today, or do we just have periodic new rules and shutdowns because this is like prison? It's one or the other, bro.
Every day.
Better than veterans, don't want to let them in. Ain't got a toy but to let them in. Food is your medicine. Yossi said it. What is a president? We not elected him. Mean they selected it. Hey, you know you guys can breathe? Government doesn't give us permission to breathe. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You can breathe, I promise. I would say that you ladies are too pretty to wear a mask, but we can't tell. Wouldn't know. You guys want to toss those things? Just toss them. That's where they belong. The government lies about everything, including all of the wars and taking all of your tax money to lie to you and put you in lockdowns and curfews. We don't get permission to breathe from the government. We don't get permission to hang out from the government. We don't get the permission to be out past a certain time from the government. The government can kick rocks. The government's not even a person. It's just an unnamed entity. The government's going to keep taking as much power as you give them. You're allowed to be free, by the way. Also, just a little bit of a red pill for you. Space is fake. You can't go there. That doesn't exist. Dun, dun, dun. Like, oh, I was going to breathe, but now this guy's telling me outer space is fake.
You mean Uncle Pettit lied?
What? No way. The astronauts are patriots. Hey, you guys can breathe. You guys can breathe, I promise.
The difference between kids and adults is that...
Hey, do you guys know that if we keep complying to all the rules for another 18 months, we're never going to be free again, and we're just going to live in a slave state where every single year we have lockdowns and curfews, and the government tells us what we're allowed to wear and when we're allowed to hang out? Do you guys know breathing's what keeps you alive? Did you know the government doesn't give us permission to stay alive?
Yeah, very cool.
I would really just dismantle their cognitive if I could speak freely. Jeez Louise. I don't even know how to, I don't know how to skirt around it. There's no way. There's no way. Stay organic. Stay organic, homie. We ain't genetically modified over here, bruh. They're not gonna pick up what I'm putting down, let's be real. Hey, do you guys know they lied about outer space? They're not ready for this. Let's walk it back. Let's walk it back a little bit. Hey, did you guys know that the air is what keeps you alive? Did you guys know the government doesn't give us permission to stay alive? Did you guys know that if we keep complying, we'll never have freedom ever again? Did you guys know that we don't have curfews and lockdowns in America because that's what prisons have? Okay. Anyway. Oh, the Titanic song. Let's talk about the Titanic, yo. Do you guys know the Titanic was like this whole big setup insurance scam, and there was actually two sister ships, and the one that actually got some damage, they swapped it out with the Titanic. Did you know that there was a book written about the Titan, a giant ship that was going to sink and have people die because of an iceberg right before the Titanic happened? Did you guys know that the most powerful bankers that were in opposition to the Federal Reserve, like Jacob Astor and numerous others, were on the ship when it sank? So after that, the Federal Reserve came out because there was no opposition to it. Did you guys know Nikola Tesla was building a Wardenclyffe tower for free energy, and one of his primary people that were funding him was Jacob Astor, one of the most wealthy people in the world? He died on the Titanic, and the person that actually built the Titanic and funded it, J.P. Morgan, was his other funder. As soon as it fell and sank, was with an iceberg. He ripped the rest of the funding, and now we still have electricity bills. Interesting. And why didn't she just let him get on the door, bro? So weird. There was so much room for that man, bro. They didn't even try. Like, oh no. We're supposed to act like Rose is such a sweetheart or something. Like, you cheated on your husband and then let your side dude die. You didn't even try and let him jump on the boat. The little raft. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll cover the conspiracy of the Titanic with an emotionally triggering movie. No one will ever know.
Yeah, I have no idea what bear is.
The earth is not a ball.
What's up? What were you saying?
Oh, someone's. Oh, he's playing. That's why it's good. Hey. No, it's not him. It's the other guy's actually playing the flute. Public service announcement. You guys can freely breathe. We test the air. It's still what keeps you alive. It's still good. Look, I'll test it live for you if you don't believe me. Yep, it's still good. It's still good. We don't get permission to breathe from the government.
What is the, I had no idea. What's the, location? Okay.
This is so nostalgic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my little spill one more time, I guess.
I am on Bear Car, yeah. I'm not sure. Remember what I made. I think it's like...
Did you know that the government doesn't give us permission to breathe, and if we don't stand up for our freedom, we won't have freedom anymore?
But,
you can do it. You're way too pretty for that mask. I'm not about to freestyle. I could, I guess.
You could just tell me the...
See, I can't do that. Hey, everybody just want to throw their masks away on the count of 3? Let's just try it. Social experiment. I don't have high hopes, I'm not gonna lie. If I could just throw C&M beneath me right now and throw on a suit, you would do it. Let's throw our mask away on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. If you guys think the government's keeping us safe, raise your hand. I'm glad we all agree. The government's not keeping you safe. They're taking over. In a world where people were told to wear a mask and comply for 2 weeks and it'd go back to normal, it's now been 18 months and people haven't picked up what they're putting down. It doesn't go back to normal till you stand up for your rights. You know, my man's tripping. This is a CIA plant, I'm convinced. Hey, you guys can breathe. You guys can breathe, I promise. It's what keeps you alive, yo. It's all good. It's all good. The government. Hey, did you know that breathing is how we stay alive, bro? And the government doesn't give us permission to stay alive, right? That would be weird.
Yeah, it's okay, bro.
Well, just so you know, because you're not listening very much, the Earth's not a spinning ball. It's actually flat. We tested it. The Earth's not moving. It's geocentric, center of everything, has a container. The Earth is not a spinning ball. At least you got that work. Earth's not a spinning ball. If that's offending y'all, don't get involved. You guys know the Earth is flat. It's not a spinning ball in a vacuum. That defies physics. NASA lied like the government always lies. You can't go to space because no one's ever been there because it doesn't exist as they have defined it. Yeah, there are lights in the sky. It's not outer space, a near perfect vacuum. No, you're not a tiny speck of dust in an ever-expanding universe. How is 70% of the Earth water if water always finds its level? Is 70% of the ball flat? This is weird. How would I see the skyline of Chicago across Lake Michigan from 60 miles away if the globe Earth mass should be completely blocked? This is weird. How do you have oxygen that most of you guys are scared to breathe sitting next to a near perfect vacuum? That's impossible. It's called the second law of thermodynamics. So you guys are breathing oxygen, and when I say you guys, I mean about 20% of you. And oxygen is a gas, okay? So you can't have gas pressure without a container. See, gas pressure is the energy or force exerted on the walls of a container. The Earth is contained. That's why we have a pressurized system here. It's not sitting in a vacuum, uncontained, spinning, hurling through space. Spinning 1,000 miles per hour east while we go around the sun 66,600 miles per hour, and the sun shoots through space 500,000 miles per hour, and then the galaxy shoots 1.3 million miles per hour, but the sky just resets like a clock every single year, over and over and over. That's weird, bro. The government lied. You can prove it. The government always lies. Alright, guys. Government lied, space is fake. Outer space is fake, to be specific.
He's like a
Well, yeah, the government lied about the Vietnam War and said Vietnam attacked us, and then came out and admitted that we actually blew up our own ship and made it look like it was Vietnam so we could justify a war the American public didn't want any part of and were protesting. But that's the only time the government lied. Oh, except for whenever they did the Tuskegee experiment, which was actually done by some company that I can't say on YouTube anymore, but it seems 3-letter word starts with a C. You probably heard of it recently. You know, where they just tested people and lied to them and then they all got sick and died. That's the only other time the government condoned a lie, though. Oh, except for 9/11, where they said paper popped out of a fire explosion and floated down to ground zero to show us where the bad guys were, the day after they admitted $2.1 trillion taxpayer money was missing. And in the very area that taxpayer money being funded was in the Pentagon, and that area of the Pentagon got hit by a plane supposedly, so we lost all the records of the money, so you don't need to know where the $2.1 trillion went. And the same day as 9/11, at the same time as the planes hitting, the military was running a drill just in case planes get hijacked and hits the planes into the towers, so they didn't recognize that it was real planes that were off route because they were coincidentally running a drill the same day. That's the only other time the government lied. Oh, and there were weapons of mass destruction over there. Nope, never mind, but we still got to stay there for 13 more years. And then we're going to pull out and it's going to collapse, at least according to CNN. That's how you know it's real. I don't know, I bet they're still breathing oxygen over there. I'm just saying, though. I mean, really, what's worse now? We are in such a sad state of affairs. I got a question. Which one's better, America or the Taliban? I don't know. You tell me. They're breathing over there, though. I can tell you that much. They are breathing. That's right. The Taliban's so bad that right before 2001, they banned opium and heroin. And it went down by 99% in every single place that was controlled. I'm not condoning the Taliban. I'm just saying you need to look a little deeper than what they tell you. You should be like, oh, what a coincidence. The 20-year anniversary of 9/11's coming up. Oh, Taliban, Afghanistan, go look over here. Let me poke your emotional wounds while we pass a law through Congress that you're not paying attention to. Yeah, that's right. They're about to start calling you and telling you, have you got your little can't say the word? Get kicked off. If you haven't, you might be emotionally unstable. We need to come and check on you at your house, door to door. You guys don't realize that we're watching the New World Order be built right in front of us? Do you guys care about your children? Well, your children are going to be in a slave state if you don't wake up and stand up for them and stop obeying government curfews and lockdowns and checking the news every morning for your wardrobe requirements. That's so crazy. I guess the governors of this state were prophets, and they knew that Monday it was going to get really bad out here for the oxygen. All right, anyway. I'm going to wrap this up on being reiterative. My man's is just, he's not going to quit. You know what I'm saying? He's not a quitter. You got to give him that. He is not a quitter, bro. All right, I'm going to cover the basics super fast again, then I'm out of here. So it's just like, I got to go fast because people are just walking by. You know what I'm saying? 1945 Operation Paperclip, we brought Nazis over here. That's how you know you can trust the moon missions, is because a Nazi did it, and the Nazis would never lie. Yeah, that's right. The government hates the Nazis so much, they brought them over here in Operation Paperclip and put them in our government and then revered them as scientific geniuses. The moon mission was fake. It was done by a Nazi. You can't go to the moon, never been to the moon, never will go back to the moon, and that's why they just pushed it back, because it can't go there. It doesn't exist as is defined. Can't even prove it's a solid spherical piece of terra firma, certainly not in a vacuum that you can fly to back and forth 6 times but never again. That's stupid. 1945 Operation Paperclip, the government brought Nazis over here. Then we went and explored the Antarctic region in 1946 in Operation High Jump the very next year, and then they came back, and Admiral Byrd's the one that took us there, and he said, oh, it's astonishing to me there's an area as big as the continental U.S. on the other side of Antarctica that no one knows about. Isn't it funny that now they've signed a treaty that says it's illegal for you to go there? Oh, it's just a coincidence, and you flat earthers are conspiracy theorists, even though you literally don't even know what the Antarctic Treaty is. You've never been there. You certainly don't know what's there, and it's what would prove the Earth's a ball. Dang, this city gets loud. In a world. 1946, Operation High Jump, and then right after that, Admiral Byrd came onto the news and said that there was a whole bunch of stuff that we don't know about over there. Well, he died 3 years later from mysterious heart complications after being in perfect health. The well-decorated admiral from the U.S. military, Admiral Byrd. His son also was found dead in a warehouse right after that, just coincidentally. Yep, that was 1954 interview. 1957, he was dead. 1958, the U.S. government founded NASA. 1959, the very next year, they signed the Antarctic Treaty. Longest-lasting peace treaty in modern history, not even up for review till 2040 or 2042. And it says that it's illegal for us to go explore that region. That's China, Russia, the United States, you name it. They're all in agreement. That's how you know they're enemies. So you can't go there, but that's what would prove the Earth's a magic spinning cartoon ball we were brainwashed with since we were in 5th grade, or like 2nd grade. And even the 5-year-old you was like, this is weird. Your teacher's like, here's where you live. And it pulled out a globe. On the bottom of it says, not for educational purposes, just for decorative purposes, because it's disproportionate, can't be used for navigation, and doesn't even have the proper layout of the land. And you're like, wait, if I lived on that ball, wouldn't I fall off? And she said, no, gravity. And you're like, what's that? And she said, it's what pulls you to the ball. And you're like, okay, seems legit. That checks out. When's recess? Never thought of it again. And instinctively, you're like, wait, that means I could dig a hole down to China, right? You immediately wanted to test the claim, because they have to brainwash you at a young age, which is why most of these adults come by and get triggered, and they know the Earth's a ball, but they've never studied it, never measured it, don't know anything about it. Because when you were like 5, you were shown cartoons and told fairy tales about going to space, and you think it's real. They had to brainwash your children at a young age and told them they're on a tiny speck of dust in the ever-expanding universe of nothingness. There's nothing special about you. You came from an ape. You're not special. The truth is that you are special. The Earth's the center of everything. There's a creator. He loves you. He made you special. You're very powerful. You can manifest things. Do not let people tell you that you're not important. Do not let people tell you whatever you're supposed to believe. Think for yourself and challenge whatever it is that someone tells you. Always look for empirical evidence in the world. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up. I keep saying that. Wrap it up like a bandage. Overlook and never understand it. Hey, did you guys know breathing's how we stay alive, and the government doesn't give us the right to stay alive? Just saying, no. I'm just saying, bro. You look a lot tougher if you breathe. Yo, she wants to breathe too, bro. Let her.